So about me, I've been working into SAP for like 8 years, 8 plus years, 8 years and 4 5 months it has been. So this is about my experience into the technology. So what are we gonna see in this demo? Okay. So the first thing is that we'll be looking at the BTP overview, like what exactly is this BTP and how it will be looking uh, from the actual side. Okay. So what is it and what all things does it have and just an overview about it. Okay. And then what exactly this training will help you in understanding and what is the future of it. Okay. That particular point also will be discussing. Okay. So to start with, as I told, like BTP is nothing but the cloud application platform, okay, wherein SAP is trying to expand itself on the cloud part also. Okay. Now, when something comes out of it, okay, whenever you take something from the cloud, okay, there are two parts to it. One is the configuration part, and then the one more is the development part. Correct, right? So any application you take, correct, right? So one will be having to configure it, one will be having like the admin authorizations, and one more will be having the developer or the user authorization. So the same goes with the BTP as well. So if you take the BTP part, so you basically will be having the administration and then the development. So in the administration, you will basically be seeing the monitoring part. Okay, how is the BTP working or how is the services getting utilized? Okay, say for example, you have a service developed. It has to be monitored, right? How it is working, all those things, and what memory it is getting used on those details. So that is something from the administration. The one who develops the service itself is for the development side. Okay, so there are two different perspectives to it. And then you will be starting to working on the application, like you will be coding it, you will be writing a few things, all those things. Then you will be having a question and answers, like you will be going through what we have been looking into, and you guys can like ask some questions, like want to learn, want to know more. Okay, all those things will be going on, and then we'll be giving a few you say assignments also. Say for example, like what is this? What basically means this? Right? Okay, so how it is using in the business scenarios? Like we'll be trying to understand it from that perspective. Okay, so regarding to that also, we'll be trying to get some questions out of it. Okay, and then learnings will be there. Okay, so that is about the like how the classes will be going on. Okay, the next thing is that how what is the duration of it. Okay, so coming to the duration part, you will be having the duration of like administration will be for 2 weeks. Okay, 2 to 3 weeks, and then for the development it will be for 4 to 5 weeks. Okay, so wherein you will be completely looking at the full house. Okay. So, coming to the timings, like it will be 1 to 1.5 hour a day session. Okay. So 5 days a week, and then it will be 3 weeks, and then 4 to 5 weeks for the development. Okay. So SAP cockpit before it loads in. Um, so the basic thing is that whatever the okay, what is the prerequisite to learn BTP? Okay, the main prerequisite is that you need to be knowing about the SAP. Okay, um, how SAP has been developing till now. Okay, what are all the technologies that it is having? Okay, what are all the technology it supports basically? Okay, regarding to that, you need to know a knowledge about it. And then what is the application, or the what is the type of application that you want to develop. Okay, that is second most thing that you want to look into. Okay, because why this particular thing comes into picture is that since I told this is for the cloud application part, right? So in cloud you can develop many a things using many a languages also. You can develop it into it, correct, right? So what exactly is you are looking for? Okay, based on that you need to be looking at that particular development part actually. Okay, so being said that one, there are two types of application development that happens. Okay, one is a CAPM, which is cloud application programming model, and the second one is RAP, that is RESTful ABAP programming. Okay, so basically these two things are the main development models that will be used in the cloud. Okay, cloud application or the BTP basically. Okay, into that. Um, into that, what are all the main languages or the main development coding that you will be doing? Okay, when it comes to the RAP, as the name suggests, it's the ABAP. Okay, ABAP as in CDS, and then you will be writing the class codes, all those things. Okay, that is for the RAP. Coming to the cloud application programming, there are three different things here. Okay, one is a CDS, one is a Node.js, and the third is the UI5. Okay, into these three things, what is it that you want to concentrate on? Okay, what course concentrates on is the three languages also it will be looking upon. Okay, so it is going to see how things are and how you will have to write coding into it, all those things. Okay, so now it's your take on it, that what exactly is it that I want to learn more about. Okay, that one you guys need to take a call on, and you can start working towards it. Okay, because the main thing is that the cloud application programming require is a full stack development. Okay, so it requires all the three developments also. Correct, right? Like whenever you take any application, you are not the only one who will be developing. There will be three different people who will be working on. Correct, right? In the similar way, this is also okay. In that, what is your contribution towards it? Okay, that is what you guys need to make a note of, and you need to concentrate on that particular part. Okay, right? So, yeah, that is about the development and then the prerequisite. Coming to the administration part, it's simple that you need to know about SAP. Okay? What exactly is this SAP, how you will be doing it at the logon panel. Okay, if you know, you can automatically, what you say, kind of correlate it with the BTP. See into the BTP. So this is a welcome screen. Okay, this is the main URL actually. Okay, so for the BTP cockpit, when you see into this, this is your trial account. That is the actual cockpit it will be navigating to. Then if you see here, business application studio, this is the development environment for the cloud-based applications. Okay, that means it is going to support only the RAP. Sorry, I mean CAD part. Okay, whatever you want to develop in the cloud application programming, it will be under this. Okay, whatever you want to develop under the RAP, like using the full app programming model, you will be having the Eclipse. Okay, which will be connected to your this HANA system. Okay, or the BTP ABAP on cloud system, and you can start your development there. Okay, so this CLI for BTP is nothing but the you are trying to develop something offline. Okay, you do this tool, whatever you are using over here. This one I have it locally. Okay, I set it up locally in my system, and I start developing it. Okay, I want to push the changes to this BTP cockpit. Okay, how will you able to do this system? It's CLI for BTP. Okay, this is going to give you the commands to push the code, deploy it into BTP, all these things. Okay. And then APIs. Like now you have the BTP cockpit. Okay. Now into that BTP cockpit, you have the users already available, right? Like you will be, when it comes to the corporate account, you will be having the account, you will be able to log in and see all the things. Now, say for example, the same thing, instead of logging in into it, I want to see it as an application in my mobile itself. So you can use the APIs from this. Okay, you can connect basically your APIs to the BTP cockpit, and then you can start using this API to get the information, and you will be able to look at it, like see it on the code instead of logging in into BTP and then seeing all the things. You can just have one small application and see the details of that. Okay, so that's our main usage of this one. This is the APIs part. Okay, then if you go down a bit, you have the tutorials also, like uh, how to get started with the CAPM, or how to get started with the development in BTP cockpit. Okay, so all those details, how do you want to start, you will have the tutorials for that. This is about the development, what all types of development you can start doing that. Okay, so this is about the tutorials. Learn the basics, like get familiarized with the cockpit, like you want to know what is, where to look for what information. So about that, this is a tour. Okay, and then you have a beautiful community documentation provided by SAP itself for all the like required information. Okay, so this is the main landing screen, okay, of your BTP cockpit. So this particular screen is your global account. That means your organization account. Fine. This will be per organization, whatever the organization that you are into, that organization related to that is your account. Okay. Now into this account, you have a something called as sub accounts. Okay, which means your entities, your company, sister company, or like different entities of the main company. Okay, all those things will come into picture over here, or the different types of verticals, you can say, right? So those things comes up over here. Okay, right? That is a sub account. Now this is same as your how you will set up your SAP logon also, right? Like you have the main organization which is there, and then into that you will be logging in into different servers, like for each and every development types or anything. So that is also in over here in a similar fine, right? So that is about the sub accounts, like what all types of projects or what all type of entities that you have will be your sub account over here, right? Now there are two types of sub accounts which can be which are currently available. Okay, one is the multi environment. Okay, and the one more is the neo environment. Okay, basically, multi-environment is nothing but your cloud application. Okay, your whole BTP will be sitting in the cloud, and there is one more thing called as Neo, which basically is the um, on-premise system. Okay, wherein you want to connect your on-premise system uh, to the something called as like Neo environment. Means you want to just expose your mm, what do you say, on-premise system or the on-premise data through your um, on-premise BTP itself. Okay, that means like the BTP software can be installed into any cloud system or into your own on-premise system. Also. Okay? If your BTP cloud, BTP cockpit is in your on-premise system itself, that is called as a neo environment. If you have it outside, okay, that means in a cloud, then this is called as a multi. So I mean to say, whatever this SAP BTP is there, right? It's a software. correct, right? It's a software which is working. So that particular software, if it is into the cloud environment, that means to say you have a cloud server, okay, like Amazon Web Service or Azure, like that. You have one system, and into that, if you are putting your SAP BTP, then it is going to be multi-environment. Okay, if your BTP is inside your on-premise itself, like in your own on-premise system, okay, then it is called as Neo environment. Okay, right? So now the Neo environment is going to be completely stopped, right? So everything they are moving it into cloud. So like only cloud will be there in the future. That means after this 2024, cloud only will be there. So you won't be able to see any on-premise, that Neo environment. Now, this particular sub account that you have, right? It is like it is something which is in the cloud. Okay, that means your cloud server, like whatever the server that you have out there, that is going to have the space for it. Okay, sir, like don't think SAP BTP as something else. Okay, it's just a server. Okay, instead of having it in your on-premise system, you are having it something in the cloud. That's it. Okay, right? So that particular cloud server that you have, right, it is going to have like storage capacity, okay, and then to host your service, okay, to make your service available to outside world, all those things will be there, right? So everything is available in this SAP BTP, that is in the sub account. Okay. Now, since your SAP BTP is in the cloud environment, okay, right? So that means you need to pay to that server, right? Like you need to pay to that server, then only you will be able to use it. So just think about the Amazon Web Service, right? There also it is the same thing. They are providing you the server. That means they are going to charge you how much you are going to use it. Based on that, you are going to be charged. Correct, right? So, in the similar way, here also it is going to happen. Like, what are all the resources that you want to use, or what are all the memory that you are using? Based on that, you will be charged. So, now currently, whatever this you are seeing, right? Okay, whatever you are seeing this, right? This is completely the free software. Okay, that means you will be able to use it like how much ever you want to. So, there will be a limited memory given to you, and into that memory you will be able to utilize it. Okay, so that is what is this trial account is about. Okay, right? So this is the sub account part. Now uh, let's get into the sub account. So this is the sub account. Into this sub account, that means you are vertical. Okay, think about it in the similar way that you guys are working in. You are working in an organization, that is this organization, right? You are working in this organization, and you are working in this particular sub account or in this particular vertical. Say BT like this one SAP delivery unit. Okay, this particular trial is nothing but your SAP delivery unit, and inside this you are have all the resources, correct, right? That means you guys will be there, and according to that projects also will be coming in, correct, right? The resources are nothing but the entitlements over here. Okay, what are all resources are required for my project? Two front-end developers are required, and four back-end developers are required, and then one what you say administrator is required. So that is how the resources will be given, correct, right? Allocated. In the similar way, this entitlements also will work. Okay, whenever you are trying to build something, what is it that you want? Okay, what are all the resources that you want? You need to allocate the same thing. Find it. This is something from the administration side. Okay, so they are going to assign all the roles and all the required resources for you. Okay, that is this one. Once the resources are available to you, then what do? You start to develop things, correct, right? You start to develop into your dev space or quality space. Correct, right? You are going to develop it there and you are going to move it into quality and then the production server. Correct, right? That works in the similar way over here. Like have only one space over here. You can even add it. Okay, create a space and add the quality and then the production space. Okay, right? So it will be that particular thing. And into this, you are going to develop something and put it into it. That means this is the actual memory. You are able to see this memory, 4 GB of memory is allocated. But in real, it will be much more bigger. Okay, fine, right? So this is your memory that is assigned to the dev space. Okay, that means this is a server, dev server, quality server, and then production server. So this is about the spaces. Now, whatever you develop, this is going to sit in this one. Now that is seen, like whatever you develop into this dev space is going to be seen in the services. That is under the instances. Okay. Here you will be able to see whatever you guys develop. I've developed these things and I'm able to see it over here. Correct? So that is the thing over here. Now, when it comes to the like SAP logon, you will be going into SAP logon and you start developing over there. Correct, right? In the similar way, this is also there. Okay, right? So that is about the things, and these things are nothing but like how to give security to your application. BTP, nobody should be accessing all the authorizations. All those things comes into picture over here.